Well, good morning. How are you this morning? Mornings with Luann and Tim, Wellness Wednesday.
It is Wellness Wednesday, and on the show today, I was supposed to have a guest from Canadian Mental Health Association because it's Workplace Wellness Month. But they can't be here because
she's not well.
They're sick.
We're not laughing because she's sick.
No, heavens no.
No, we're laughing at the irony of
the situation.
Right.
Isn't it ironic? But that's okay. We're just going to take another interview that I had in the banks, waiting to go, and we're going to air that instead. And Sarah McComb is here for me.
always so prepped.
I'm so prepped. Not always, but live TV, what are you going to do when someone's sick and the other guest, and then Annette Katajimaki's had emergency dental surgery from CMHA.
My gosh.
So she couldn't come in either.
But anyway,
I hope
that's everybody's okay.
Well, and they were going to talk about some of the tips of this time of the year and how to stay well in the workplace.
Right.
Using those vitamin D lights, those to help prevent SAD and stuff, and taking breaks and being able to clear your mind, going for walks, all those kinds of tips. We'll have them back on the show and we'll talk about that again.
And then Sarah, you said, is here from the library.
Sarah McComb from the library because it's I think it's National Library. It's Ontario Library Week, I believe, and then National Library Month or something. So they've got some fun stuff going on at the library. So it's going to be a great show. We are sorry though about our friends from CMHA and hope you're doing well. Get well soon.
Too. Absolutely. Huge thank you this morning to Casey Security. Thank you so much, guys, for sponsoring the morning show for us.
Absolutely. So last night I had the pleasure of being invited to MC an evening for Spinal Cord Injury Ontario. They did an appreciation evening and they gave out some awards to some community partners who helped them basically fulfill their mandate. Luann, I learned so much. I'm going to have them on the show. I learned so much stuff about what they have done in this city for accessibility. Sidewalk stuff, ramp stuff on Queen Street in association with Josh and the Downtown Association and Ontario Works, and there's so many things going on to make our city more accessible that I had no idea about. You don't hear enough about it, about the work that they do, and about the city itself, about the mayor and the city and the stuff that they do. I was talking to the CEO of Spinal Cord Injury Ontario, who was up for this event. He told me that we are right up there with like London, Ontario, and Kitchener-Waterloo. We are one of the best in the provinces for working toward accessibility.
Isn't that awesome?
For people with,
that's terrific. And you know what? It's one of those things that not everyone thinks about until you have to use the services, right? My dad had an amputated leg from the time I was 10 years old, so I learned through him how important that issue is, right? But if you're not aware of it, it's important to know where we're sitting at this point.
Do you know what they did? This is really cool. I didn't know about this either. They did. Have you heard the Jane's Walk?
Yes.
It's a thing that started in Toronto, and basically, it's a volunteer thing where you get a bunch of people and you explore neighborhoods in your own city. Right. So they did a Jane's Walk on Queen Street, and they invited the mayor and some city councillors to do the Jane's Walk using devices. Like wheelchairs.
How brilliant is that?
None of them made it across a crosswalk before the red hand started flashing.
Really?
They couldn't believe the bumps. They couldn't believe trying to get up curbs and stuff. They were astounded when they were put in those situations and had to do it themselves.
Isn't that interesting?
And the CEO, I forget the name. I'm sorry. He did say though that they had a meeting with the mayor because there was council last night. Yes. So the mayor couldn't come to this event. He wanted to be there, but he couldn't come because of council. So they went down and they got their award before council started. Lisa Vezo-Allen and a bunch of them got the award on behalf of Lisa Marchi Bruni and Lisa. And this CEO said he was so impressed by Mayor Provenzano and his commitment to making Sault Ste. Marie more accessible. And even when he praised him, when the CEO praised Mayor Provenzano saying, "You've done really well," the mayor said, "Well, thank you very much, but there's still more to do." And he said his attitude was just lovely and inspiring.
Awesome?
So congratulations, Sault Ste. Marie.
Yes, and I have to say, you know what? The mayor, as far as I'm concerned, is just such a phenomenal leader, in my opinion, for whatever that's worth. Very, very in tune.
Luann pays no taxes now because she sucks up. No, just kidding.
No, I wish, but no, seriously though, I think he's an awesome mayor. He's very proactive, and I appreciate that.
Very
Plus, he's pretty smart.
And that's Diane Morell is basically runs the office for Spinal Cord Injury Ontario out of the John Rhodes Arena. There's an office there. And so they're there and I got to sit beside, I'm going to blow everybody's name now. She works for March of Dimes, and her father is the chiropractor who breaks my back all the time.
Myers?
Yeah. Julie Myers.
Julie Myers.
Yeah, it was great. It was a great evening. So much fun. Great people. Okay, I have a historical event for you.
Oh, good. Because I love those.
Are you being sarcastic? Stop it. On this date in 1650, Archbishop James Usher of All Ireland announced the universe was created at 8 p.m. on October the 23rd, 4004 BC.
Was he there? Right? How does he know that?
So apparently, did you remember this was called the Scopes Monkey Trial, 1925?
No.
This guy, his name was John Scopes. He was a teacher. He was accused of violating Tennessee state law by teaching evolution instead of the divine creation of man. How dare he?
Right.
So they made a film, Spencer Tracy starred in it, about this trial, the monkey trial, because they were talking about evolution versus divine creation.
Right.
Evolution versus divine creation. So of course, they did a recreation of the trial. Now this guy on the stand, whoever he was defending Archbishop James Usher, saying the universe was created at 8 p.m. October the 23rd, 4004 BC. The lawyer holds up a rock in the trial and says, "How old do you think this rock is?" And the guy on the stand says, "I have no idea." And the lawyer says, "Dr. Page of Oberlin College tells me this rock is at least 10 million years old." Ooh. To which the guy replies, "He's a little mixed up with his dates. This rock is not more than 6,000 years old." And the lawyer says, "How do you know that?" "It's a literal fact, which the good bishop arrived at through careful computation of the ages of the prophets, as set down in the Old Testament. In fact, he determined the Lord began the creation on the 23rd of October, 4004 BC at 8 p.m. So the lawyer says, "Was it at Eastern Standard Time or Rocky Mountain Time?" He says, "It wasn't daylight savings time, was it? Because the Lord didn't make the sun till the fourth day. There was no sun out. How do you know how long the day was? Could have been 30 hours, could have been a week, could have been a month, could have been a year, could have been 100 years, could have been 10 million years."
What a goofy thing.
Scopes was still found guilty of violating the law by teaching evolution.
Really?
Fined $100.
$100.
Fast forward 1977, paleontologist Elso Barghoon announces the discovery of a 3.4 billion year old one-celled fossil, one of the earliest life forms on Earth.
One cell? How did he find it? Right?
All I'm saying is,
was he waving the cell? Hey,
these people who thump the Bible and say that the Old Testament knows about the creation of man, get over yourselves. Science. All about science.
Okay, then.
I have spoken.
Yes, you have spoken.
What do you want to say?
I think people who read the Bible are okay, though.
Yeah, I don't.
Right, yeah.
I don't dispute that it's okay to read the Bible. I'm just saying,
don't be thumping the Bible.
Not when it comes to science. When there's proven scientific facts that say this happened, don't say never happened.
Yeah.
That's not right.
It's not right. People worked hard.
Makes me cranky.
Does it? I hadn't noticed.
Talk about something light and fun.
Lori Loughlin.
That's terrible.
Holy moly, she's in it. She is swimming in it. She's like treading water right now. She's just praying.
Meanwhile, she's swimming in it, and what's her name? Felicity Huffman's halfway through her sentence already.
She's out Sunday.
If Lori Loughlin had just pled guilty, stupid.
Apparently she's thinking about that now.
There's additional charges. They just announced yesterday from Boston. A grand jury indicted them on another charge. This is in addition to the others. Conspired to commit federal program bribery. Federal program because SAT testing, monitored by the federal government. That offense alone, 45 years in prison maximum.
How could she not, like, she's got to wake up in the morning and just kind of go,
That's on top of the other charges. Plus the fine could be,
oh my word,
double what you caused. So they bribed $500,000.
It'll be $1 million.
$1 million fine if they do it. I mean, she's toasted.
She's toasted and roasted. We have a great show coming up.
We do, yes. So first up is Sarah McComb from the Public Library. We'll be right back after this.
been celebrating our 65th anniversary, dating back to services originating in our community in 1954, which is quite some time ago. It's been a great opportunity this past year to recognize the pioneers, the stakeholders that worked tirelessly to create what we are today. I'm grateful for everything that the families 65 years ago and the people that assembled the organization have done in order for us to achieve the success that we're experiencing 65 years later.
Welcome to the Machine Shop, our historic venue and gathering place for friends and family. Built in 1899 on the site of a Northwest Company trading post. Today we are a go-to venue hosting many expos, concerts, weddings, and more. While you're here, choose one of our dining experiences. Enjoy a quiet dinner at the Mill Steakhouse and Wine Bar, watch a game and try wood fire oven pizza and local draft at the Boiler Room, or treat yourself every day to gelato and local coffee at the Gelato Mill. For more information on the Machine Shop, visit machineshopinc.ca.
Welcome back. We are live in the studio with Sarah McComb from the Public Library. Hi, Sarah. Welcome back.
Nice to be here.
I always look forward to library visits.
Oh yeah, it's great.
And we're celebrating two things right now.
Yes, so October is Canadian Public Library Month.
Canadian Public Library Month for the whole month of October.
Yes, and this week in particular is Ontario Public Library Week.
Happy Public Library Week.
Same to you. Thank you very much.
This is the ugliest trophy I've ever seen.
Yes. Isn't it amazing?
I'm not being insulting. It's intended to be.
Yes, it's a disaster piece trophy.
It's a disaster piece trophy. Oh wait, there we go. I'm featuring it on the camera. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Okay, so why do we have this horrible looking trophy here today?
Okay, so this is for a program that's coming up. If you are between the ages of 4 and 12, you could have a chance to win this disaster piece.
You could win this disaster piece.
Yeah, so that's coming up tomorrow, which is Thursday, October 24th.
How do you win it? How do you win it?
Okay, so it's a program called Kids Bad Art Night.
Oh, the poster's up right now. Kids Bad Art Night.
So what you do is you come to the library, that's tomorrow, Thursday, between 6 and 7 p.m., and you make the worst piece of art on purpose. And it's a competition to see who has...
I could win this.
Yes.
I'm a horrible artist. If there were a I wish I would love a competition where you get to make bad art.
I know. I mean, I know it's for 4 to 12. I want to win this trophy.
I know.
Yeah.
4 to 12. And you know what?
Yeah.
If you're a great artist, I'll bet you could really use your great artist skills to create awful art on purpose. That's a challenge.
Oh, yes. Yeah, it's a great challenge. So it's a drop-in program.
No charge.
No charge. You don't have to sign up in advance. Just show up at the library and make some bad art and win a disaster piece.
And, this has to be accompanied by a parent, obviously, 4 to 12.
Yes.
A 12-year-old's not going to come to the library alone, or can they?
10 and under, I believe, have to be accompanied by an adult.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so
but
the
it'd be fun for the parents to sit and watch their kids create this stuff. Or read a book. Or read a book or a magazine or listen to something.
Yes. Yeah.
Or work on a computer.
Yes.
You have all that stuff there now.
We do. We have a ton of stuff. Yeah.
So the adults can amuse themselves while the kids amuse themselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's how late does it go? 6 to 7? Just 1 hour?
Yes, 1 hour.
Drop in.
Yes.
You provide all of the...
all of the supplies.
You do?
Yep. So you just have to show up and
make bad art.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
What else is going on at the library these days?
Okay, so this Friday, October the 25th, from 10 until 3, we are having our second annual Author Palooza, which is a local author and book fair.
All local authors?
All local. We have 20 authors that are going to be coming in. all local. Isn't that amazing?
That's really impressive that we have 20, and that, I mean, that's not all of them
That's
either.
not all of them. The reason, like, it's capped at 20 for space reasons.
You had to cap it at 20.
Yeah, there are a lot more out there.
How exciting.
Yeah.
So they're going to be there from,
Yes, from
most
10
of them are going to be there for the full 5 hours?
For the full day, yep.
Bless their
10 until
literary
3.
hearts.
Yep. And then in the morning from 10 to 10:30, Joanne Robertson, who wrote the book The Water Walker. Yes.
The Water Walker, I've had Joanne, I had Joanne on the show.
Yeah, it's an amazing book.
Beautiful story. Now,
Yes.
and she just passed, not Joanne just passed recently, but Nokomis Joseph Mandamin.
Yes.
She passed recently,
Yes.
and the story basically is, it's a gorgeous story.
Yeah.
It's about how she carries a copper bucket full of water to honor the water and to link all of the lakes and take water from share all the water from all the different lakes. It's a beautiful children's story.
Yes.
Available at the library.
Yes. So
Joanne's going to be there?
Joanne is going to be there from 10 until 10:30. She's actually doing a special Mother Goose story time in the children's department.
She's going to do a reading for the kids?
She's going to do a reading for the kids. Every Friday we have a story time there, and on the 25th it's going to be the author herself reading.
Yeah. And she's reading Mother Goose stuff.
She's reading that book.
She's actually going to read The Water Walker?
Yeah, she's going to read it. Yeah, she is. So it's a great opportunity for kids and parents to come in and actually hear from the author herself reading her own work.
Says, get your sneakers on.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Look at this. During one walk alone, Josephine put almost $4,500,000 footsteps on her sneakers.
Wow.
It's a great story. It's an inspiring story, beautiful, and shares a lot of the history of an indigenous culture.
Yes.
And women.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Empowering.
Yes. So she's one of the authors that are going to be there. There's
Who else?
19 others. So
I had Maria on the show.
Yes, Maria Liano. Yep.
Yes, and she's going to be there with her book Sleep, which is really cool. Spirits, Lives, Egos, Angels, Paranormal.
Yep. Al Arrington, he is going to be there.
I haven't had Al on the show yet. He stopped by and dropped off this book, and it was edited, I believe, by our buddy Riley Smith, who used to be an anchor here and a reporter here at ONNtv. And so we're going to have Al on the show to promote that book. He'll be there as well.
Yep. We'll have Ruth Fletcher's coming in. She's got a new book, actually, that she's going to be launching. So if you want to pick up a copy of her newest book, this is a great time to do it.
Oh, I see Paula Dunning. She's been on the show with Shifting Currents.
Yep. She's going to be there.
So wait, all these authors are going to be there. Will they have books for sale?
Yes, they will.
Okay, because not all of these books are in the library yet.
Not yet, because some of them are very new. So like Ruth Fletcher's new book, brand new.
Brand new, hot off the press.
Gary and Joni McGuffin are going to be there too. So the canoe.
They're so fabulous.
I know.
Great personalities, amazing stories.
Yeah.
They have a book? Which one's their book?
Their book. They have quite a few about
canoeing.
They do
paddle your own canoe.
Beautiful ones about Lake Superior. Like, they're amazing.
And the photos.
Yes, they're incredible.
Beautiful photo books. Great coffee table books.
Yes.
Hey, great gifts for Christmas.
Yes.
This is the perfect time to go down there and grab. And you got lots of time, 5 hours.
Yeah, I know.
10 to 3 p.m.
Yes. Yep. So if you're looking for Christmas gifts, if you are an aspiring writer, if you just like reading and you want to support local literature, it's an amazing day.
And for everyone, there's children's books, there's adult books, there's picture books, there's everything.
There's nonfiction, fiction, there's poetry.
And you have them stationed all throughout the library?
Yep, all throughout the public area of the library upstairs.
That's so neat.
Yeah.
I had a question.
Yes.
When it comes to, let's say, what's her name that you said, Ruth Fletcher?
Yes.
Okay, so let's say now Ruth would like her book to be in the library. How does that work? Does every library have their own, like in every city, do you have your own choices of books you can put in? Or do you have to go through like a big, is there like a big Canadian library thing where you have to get permission? How does that work for getting a book into the library?
Yeah, so we have a collections librarian, so that's her job.
It's a specific job.
It's a specific job, so it's her job to kind of decide what do we buy for the collection, if we're going to be removing things from the collection because maybe they're damaged, they don't circulate as much, they're a bit out of date. So it's her job to kind of manage all of the materials that are in the library. So you can
Who's
go
that?
through,
Do you know her name?
Her name's Julie. Yeah.
Julie?
Yeah.
I'd like to talk to her about that job.
Yeah, it's a pretty neat job.
When you go back to work, tell Julie I want to have her on the show.
Okay, I will. I will.
Oh, and there's more. You have something else you were talking about as well.
Okay.
Oh, is Nevin going to be there?
Yes, Nevin's going to be there.
Nevin, he's going to be on the show.
Okay, yeah, he's going to be there for a couple of hours. Yeah, a few of the hours.
Yeah, okay, great.
So, there
was something else. Oh, it's this one. Food for Fines.
Food for Fines. So that's coming up.
I'm
So
hold
basically,
this up, 'cause we don't have a poster of this yet.
Yeah, you can bring in 2 non-perishable food items and get $5 waived off of your overdue fees. So I believe it's to a maximum of $20.
It is to a maximum of $20.
That's going on for this week
If
as part of
somebody has
Public Library Week.
$20 in overdue fines, they should have their. They never mind. They should have their hands smacked.
It happens.
They don't
it
smack hands at the
happens.
library. They're very friendly.
Yeah. So it's to benefit the soup kitchen. So it's just if you have some canned food, if you have some library finds that you would like to take care of.
perfect time.
Yeah, it's a great time to do something
I would
about
imagine
that.
also from October the 20th to the 26th, since you're collecting non-perishable items, canned food, anybody could bring one or two cans and then drop them
of course.
off. You'll take
We're not going to say no, sorry. You have to have fines first. Your account is in perfect order. We will not take your canned food. We won't say that.
But what a great way to get rid of. How much do people get fined now? Do you know? I don't even know.
It depends on the item in the collection.
I think it used to be 25 cents a day when I was a kid.
Books are 25 cents a day.
Still? They haven't raised their rates in 40 years.
If you've got DVDs, they're $1 a day.
Okay.
So it kind of depends on the specific material.
Okay,
Yeah.
so if you, there you go. If you've got some fines, bring your top non-perishable items in. And then, of course, the newsletter is always available.
Oh, yes, and that has everything that's going on at the library as well. Our website, ssmpl.ca, will have everything that's going on.
I'm going to be going up, I'm having a meeting with Helena today, actually.
Yes.
Because we're getting ready for the grand opening of the new branch. And I'm going to make an appearance with Rufus. Did you know that?
Oh, you're kidding? That's wonderful.
The story goes, when I was a little kid, I was 12 years old, I wanted to be a ventriloquist because I saw one on TV. I went to the library, took out books, learned how to be a ventriloquist, and then I got my first gig at the library when I was 12 years old, a paid gig performing with my puppet Rufus at the 4 branches over the summer. I made $25 a show. I made $100 that summer at 4 years old thanks to the public library, and then I started getting bookings for gigs. So Rufus and I are going to have a reunion. I still have the puppet.
Full circle now, yeah.
50 years later, 40 years later, I still have the puppet.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be making an appearance at the grand opening.
Oh, that's amazing.
So I'm going to talk to Helen
That's
about
so
that today.
cool.
So I'll see you later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But thanks for coming in today.
Okay, well, thank you so much for having me.
Sarah McComb from the Public Library. Don't forget these wonderful events. The first one is what night? Friday night?
No, that's Thursday night.
Thursday night. Kids That Art
Night.
Free drop-in, 6 to 7 p.m. Win this trophy. Author Palooza is on.
10 to 3 on Friday. Come in, see 20 amazing local authors, and bring in your canned foods.
See you there. See you in a minute. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Be right back.
This is ONNtv.
Welcome to the Machine Shop, our historic venue and gathering place for friends and family. Built in 1899 on the site of a Northwest Company trading post. Today we are a go-to venue hosting many expos, concerts, weddings, and more. While you're here, choose one of our dining experiences. Enjoy a quiet dinner at the Mill Steakhouse and Wine Bar, watch a game and try wood fire oven pizza and local draft at the Boiler Room, or treat yourself every day to gelato and local coffee at the Gelato Mill. For more information on the Machine Shop, visit machineshopinc.ca.
Here, your education is everything, supporting your true sense of purpose. Here, you'll learn from professors who will understand you, who will challenge you, and offer you support on your journey. Here, you'll study programs built on real values: business, technology, science, arts and social sciences, always geared to make a positive difference. Here, you'll have a chance to assist in faculty research, leaving your mark wherever you go. Here, you'll focus on what matters to you and impact the world around you. Algoma University. Come take a closer look.
Have you got through your turkey yet?
Just made turkey soup yesterday.
We still have quite a bit now.
Yeah, I cut it up and put it in small baggies in the freezer.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, because then if you have just broth even, you can just...
Nice.
Yeah, so that's what I did.
I got to get rid of my turkey.
Yeah.
Well, it's time.
It's
been a week, hasn't it?
Yeah. How much turkey do you have?
Oh, about 14 pounds.
Wow-wee. I thought your sister did the turkey.
She did. Okay, so here's what happened. Keith wanted to make a turkey.
Right.
And he knew we were going to my sister's, but he wanted to make one anyway. So we bought a turkey on the Saturday.
Okay.
We never cooked it on Sunday. We got working on the yard and stuff, so we never cooked the turkey. Then we went to my sister's on Monday, so we cooked our turkey on the Tuesday.
Oh, so
we had turkey again. But that's still a week.
Yeah, but if it's cooked, it's all right.
Okay, all right. It was delicious.
Was it?
Well, we'd never done one in the casserole. The whole the
whole thing.
Yeah, we did one on the. Do you know how you stick a chicken on a thing and you put a can of beer under it?
Yeah,
we did that with a turkey. Turned out great, but we did. It was a small turkey.
Yeah,
this was a 20-pounder.
For
two of us. Can you imagine?
What are you doing?
We made our own stuffing with sourdough bread and everything, like from scratch.
No.
Well, I say we. And then it was. I've never had this happen before. When we were taking the stuffing out, there were chunks of turkey breast in the stuffing because it all fell off the bone.
It pulls it out sort of sometimes.
So nice.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
I'm hungry now.
Yeah, me too. Seriously. Who made the gravy?
Keith did. That was a bit of a boo-boo. I told him to watch because my nephew Rob made the gravy at Karen's house, and he just a little sprinkle in the roasting pan, a little sprinkle of flour and a little sprinkle of cornstarch.
Yeah. Cornstarch.
Mixy, right?
Right.
Keith just took a measuring cup and went kaplunk. And then when he realized what he had done, he took a spoon and took all the kaplunk out.
Oh.
So it's a little thick. But
it's a little thick? Thick is better than too loose. Mine was loose.
Nobody likes loose gravy.
I hate loose gravy. It's just not like it's soup on your plate.
No, who wants soup? Well,
right?
Soup is soup.
Soup is soup. It's not gravy. Soup? I made soup.
And where's mine? See, she blames me when I don't bring stuff in for her. She doesn't. What are you bringing? What was the last time you brought something in for me? Really, seriously.
I bring my personality to you every morning, Tim.
I'd rather have soup.
You know what I was doing while you were chatting with Sarah? Selena Gomez has released her latest single.
Who did she used to date?
Justin Bieber.
She was with Bieber before he fell in love.
And then she had mental health issues.
Selena
she was
did?
in a facility. Yeah, she was in a facility for a little bit. Yeah, she struggled actually with mental health. The song is called "Love You, Lose You to Love Me." So of course, everybody on Twitter is going bananas talking about how it's got to be about Justin Bieber. And I listened to it, and these lyrics are so full and so she talks about, I had to let you go, and basically you took advantage of me, and I mean she didn't say that right out, but she said you always sang off key when it was my turn or something like that, like those kind of really well done. If you're a fan, I like this. She can sing. Yeah, I think it's been tweaked a little bit, like electronically, how they do that, but she can sing.
She's a studio voice.
She's lovely.
Really?
She is such a lovely girl.
I was catching up on The Voice last night.
Oh yes.
Because after I got home, I had a nice quiet night because Keith was working on the film 7 o'clock at night till 5 in the morning out in the rain all night long. Anyway, so I was watching The Voice, and it's funny when you get to these rounds where they're battling, you really get to see that some of these people who made it
shouldn't be there because the pressure gets to them.
Yeah, well, or just that they were they did really well in that one audition, and then after that it's kind of like, oh, okay. But no, there's some great voices. Now they get to the point where I think it's the knockouts where it's like one judge's performer against another judge's performer.
Oh, I see. So it's getting intense now.
It is, yeah. But there's some great voices, so I'm going to continue to watch. I love my reality TV. You have the news coming up next. That's reality. That's reality. That's real reality. No editing or anything. Stay tuned. We'll have that for you right after this.
Recently, the government of Ontario established a $100 million affordability fund to help Ontarians who don't qualify for low-income conservation programs ease the burden of their electricity bill. Whether you rent or own your home, as long as you pay your electric bill, you could qualify. There are 3 levels of support available. The first is a home energy kit with upgrades like smart power bars and LED light bulbs. The second includes Energy Star appliances that help keep things cool during the hot summer months. The third is for electrically heated homes so that your power bills don't break the bank during those long Canadian winters. Plus, all upgrades, including installation, are completely free of charge. Visit affordabilityfund.org or call 1-855-494-FUND to find out if you qualify.
City Council unanimously passed a resolution during last evening's meeting that granted the Sault Ste. Marie YMCA approval to go ahead with their plans to build a new facility at its current location on McNabb upon funding approval from the Investing in Canada Infrastructure Program Culture and Recreation stream. YMCA CEO Tracy Cook told Council the current 54-year-old building has aged to a point where it's no longer able to meet the needs of its members or the community at large. Cook said a recent assessment on the building showed over $3.5 million for current needs, as well as future needs and maintenance. The board of directors said a new building will cost $24 to $27 million. Cook said the YMCA will be required to contribute around 26.6% of the total cost of that project, and doing so through an aggressive capital campaign fundraiser. Cook explained that this will be an engaging process involving community input and ideas on what they would like to see their Y be. The new build will continue to include current services such as childcare spaces, community programming, health and wellness initiatives, and servicing the underserviced. The Ontario Energy Board says hydro rates for households and small businesses will be going up starting next week. The agency says rates are scheduled to increase by about $1.99 or 1.8% for a typical residential customer who uses 700 kilowatt hours per month. The provincial government said in March it would continue to subsidize hydro rates and hold any increases to the rate of inflation. The OEB says the new rates, which the board says are in line with inflation, will take effect November 1st and could be noticed on bills within a few weeks of that date. Prices are increasing partly due to government legislation aimed at reflecting the actual cost of supply on bills and partly due to the refurbishment of nuclear facilities. Changes to the look of hydro bills will also take effect next week, with a new line displaying the level of provincial rebates for customers. The so-called resistance force of Conservative premiers waging war against the carbon tax implemented by Prime Minister Justin Trudeau began showing cracks yesterday following the Liberals' re-election. While some of the 5 provincial leaders who had publicly criticized or legally challenged the carbon tax maintained their attacks in the hours after voters elected a minority Liberal government, at least one appeared to back down. The dissenter was New Brunswick Premier Blaine Higgs, who watched as residents handed 6 of his province's 10 seats to Liberals and 1 to a member of the Green Party during Monday's vote. Higgs paved the way for the province to come up with its own scheme to reduce carbon emissions, which would free New Brunswick from the federal carbon tax. The measure was introduced earlier this year and imposed upon provinces who had not implemented carbon-reducing regimes of their own. A top U.S. diplomat testified that President Donald Trump held back military aid for Ukraine unless the country agreed to investigate Democrats and a company linked to Joe Biden's family. AP obtained diplomat William Taylor's opening statement.
As to what has been printed, that describes more evidence of a direct connection between President Trump's wishes that Ukraine investigate the 2016 election, essentially exonerating the Russians, and his potential 2020 opponent, Vice President Biden and his family, in exchange for President Zelensky in Ukraine to get a White House meeting and security assistance. It's clearly illustrated that this is not just rogue Rudy Giuliani self-dealing in Ukraine. He's an agent of the president. The president is his client. Anything Rudy Giuliani does is on behalf of the president. So Rudy is President Trump is Rudy. But you also see this second sharp, straight line between Ambassador Sondland and President Trump. So you have President Trump giving directives to Rudy Giuliani and also Ambassador Sondland from what was printed.
Police say a teenage gunman returned to class yesterday after shooting a fellow student multiple times just outside a Northern California high school, an attack that prompted a lockdown in a complex with 3 schools for hours.
So the victim was 16 years old and the suspect is 17 years old. They're both students at Ridgeway High School, and the evidence shows that they had a verbal altercation fronting the school grounds. The suspect produced a handgun, fired multiple rounds, and the victim was struck twice. It also appears that this was an isolated act of violence between those 2 individuals. Officers learned that the shooter had handed the gun to another individual, and that individual left the school campus with that firearm. The shooter actually returned to a classroom there on the Ridgeway High School campus and was identified by officers who worked in close coordination with the school officials and the school resource officer in the scene, and safely took the shooter into custody.
This past year we've been celebrating our 65th anniversary, dating back to services originating in our community in 1954, which is quite some time ago. It's been a great opportunity this past year to recognize the pioneers, the stakeholders that worked tirelessly to create what we are today. I'm grateful for everything that the families 65 years ago and the people that assembled the organization have done in order for us to achieve the success that we're experiencing 65 years later.
In your home, lighting is just as important as style.
With PowerView Motorization from Hunter Douglas, you can schedule your shades to light up the room, create privacy, or both, automatically. No hands required.
So your shades will always be in the right place at the right time in style. And it's only from Hunter Douglas.
Recently, the Government of Ontario established a $100 million affordability fund to help Ontarians who don't qualify for low-income conservation programs ease the burden of their electricity bill. Whether you rent or own your home, as long as you pay your electric bill, you could qualify. There are 3 levels of support available. The first is a home energy kit with upgrades like smart power bars and LED light bulbs. The second includes Energy Star appliances that help keep things cool during the hot summer months. The third is for electrically heated homes so that your power bills don't break the bank during those long Canadian winters. Plus, all upgrades, including installation, are completely free of charge. Visit affordabilityfund.org or call 1-855-494-FUND to find out if you qualify.
Here, your education is everything, supporting your true sense of purpose. Here, you'll learn from professors who will understand you, who will challenge you, and offer you support on your journey. Here, you'll study programs built on real values: business, technology, science, arts and social sciences, always geared to make a positive difference. Here, you'll have a chance to assist in faculty research, leaving your mark wherever you go. Here, you'll focus on what matters to you and impact the world around you. Algoma University. Come take a closer look.
may or may not know, Jessica Biel and Justin Timberlake are married. Have been for 7 years, celebrating recently their anniversary. And she was on Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, yes.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, there's a picture.
He so put her on the spot because he showed her old footage of her doing an interview talking about somehow the issue of NSYNC came up during the interview, and she said, oh, yeah, I can, you know, take or leave those guys. I guess they're cool.
This is obviously before she met Justin. I can take or leave them?
Can you imagine? And then Jimmy, of course, the camera team went back to her, and she was just like, handled it really well. Very, very cute, though.
Well, she chose to take him rather than leave him.
Absolutely, she did, and I don't blame her.
He is, in my opinion, he is an extremely talented man.
He's a great performer, right? He's a singer, but he can dance. Singer, he's funny.
Great dancer. Funny as all get out. Great, I really enjoy him.
And he looks okay.
Mm-hmm. Luann, guess what? It's not just Ontario Library Week. It's also TV Talk Show Host Day.
Know any?
No, we should find one to interview.
Yeah, we should.
It's TV Talk Show Host Day because it's Johnny Carson's birthday.
Oh my gosh.
The king of late night. Did you know he was on The Tonight Show 1962, the year I was born, until 1992.
Holy
29 years, 7 months, and 21 days. No one's ever beat that yet. No one,
How many years?
29 years, 7 months, and 21 days. He hosted 1,859 episodes.
But
you know what, though? We've done, how many episodes have we done? We do 5 a day.
Yeah.
Okay, and there's how many?
No, we do 5 a week.
That's what I meant. 5 a week, and there's 52 weeks.
It feels like 5 in a day.
So we've done 260 episodes.
Yeah.
And then how many days? Over a year and a half. We've done 3. We've done a lot.
We've done some.
You know what? To heck with Johnny Carson. It's our day, TV Talk Show Host Day.
You know what? I think somebody should do some research and figure out who he re-interviewed
the most
often.
I think they already know that.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, and I forget who, but it's someone probably like
Bette Midler.
Yeah, I don't know why she was the last one on the show.
Mm-hmm.
There's some. Well, he had a lot, and then also let's not forget that Joan Rivers was his first permanent guest host to replace him on Monday nights. And then, of course, when she got her own show, because they wouldn't hire her to be his replacement when he left in 1992, she wasn't even shortlisted. So that's why she went to Fox. And then he never spoke to her again. What was she supposed to do? They weren't going to offer the job.
I heard she never spoke to him.
No, he never spoke to her again.
Oh.
He wrote her off. He said, I started your career, and then you go and you got your own show to compete. Yeah, it was nasty.
Nasty. What did you say, Michael, for the number of shows? 370 shows we've done as of yesterday.
Okay, well, we only have to do another 1,500 to match Johnny Carson. We'll be dead. All right, so now we're going to air this interview I did. Mill Market, new management, now a not-for-profit.
Awesome.
And we're talking Wellness Wednesday because you can get all your fruits and vegetables down there free, very healthy. Check out the interview with Mill Market right after this.
Here, your education is everything, supporting your true sense of purpose. Here, you'll learn from professors who will understand you, who will challenge you, and offer you support on your journey. Here, you'll study programs built on real values: business, technology, science, arts and social sciences, always geared to make a positive difference. Here, you'll have a chance to assist in faculty research, leaving your mark wherever you go. Here, you'll focus on what matters to you and impact the world around you. Algoma University. Come take a closer look.
Recently, the Government of Ontario established a $100 million affordability fund to help Ontarians who don't qualify for low-income conservation programs ease the burden of their electricity bill. Whether you rent or own your home, as long as you pay your electric bill, you could qualify. There are 3 levels of support available. The first is a home energy kit with upgrades like smart power bars and LED light bulbs. The second includes Energy Star appliances that help keep things cool during the hot summer months. The third is for electrically heated homes so that your power bills don't break the bank during those long Canadian winters. Plus, all upgrades, including installation, are completely free of charge. Visit affordabilityfund.org or call 1-855-494-FUND to find out if you qualify.
Welcome back to Mornings with Luann and Tim. We're talking Mill Market today, one of my favorite places in Sault Ste. Marie, and things have changed a little bit. Let me introduce to you the new manager of Mill Market. This is Bob. I almost said Brent. You're Brent. You're Bob. Bob Pryor and Brent Lamming. Now, Bob, you're kind of new to Sault Ste. Marie, aren't you?
About 3 years now.
3 years, but Brent, you've been around for 5 generations.
A few generations, yes.
Yeah, interesting fit. Mill Market, agriculture, the Lamming name. I knew the family, not personally, but from the place on Second Line where we used to have the horse rides, and that was the old location for the dairy farm. How many generations of Lammings have been involved in the Algoma district with farming and dairy? And
it goes back to Cora Township. I've had quite a few relatives that actually been reeve of Cora Township back in the day, and
a great grandfather and a grandfather.
Yes, and wow. my grandfather had Lamming's farm on and grandmother at Old Second Line, and my uncle had the tradition of the sleigh rides where children and youth were able to participate, and the family's quite proud of that family lineage, and I'm happy to be involved in the market and dealing with farmers now from a different perspective.
Well, you were driving a tractor at 12?
Probably around 12 years. I was raking hay. I'm not sure how many nowadays would be doing that, but I was out there at quite early age. Yes.
Right on. And you have a background in golf courses, yeah?
That's correct, yes. Yeah.
You guys both know a way around a tractor, I guess, eh? But you were more marketing management.
Correct.
Yeah. So welcome to Sault Ste. Marie then 3 years ago. You having a good time up here?
We love it up here.
Yeah. Were you a patron of the market before you got involved with it?
Regularly.
Yes.
Yep.
So it's a good fit for you, great fit for you. You're the chairman of the board.
Yes.
The board is newly formed. Explain a little bit about what's happened in the transition.
Sure. There was owned by a private entity, and then from the perspective of a community perspective, the vendors and the city started having discussions on how can we make this market continue to flourish. And so they came up with the concept of a not-for-profit organization.
Ah, okay.
And through that organization, now that we have established, we got incorporated as a not-for-profit.
Yeah.
There's 10 board of directors, and of that, there's 6 that are made up of vendors that are there on a weekly basis, either on Wednesday or Saturday, and then there's 4 at-large directors in the community. So you have that governance role where you have the interaction of the vendors and the independent directors.
Now, how about for you, the transition from what you did before marketing to marketing?
Well, it was a real smooth transition. I've always been a big proponent of farmers markets. Even when I lived down country, we used to make a regular occurrence going Saturday shopping then.
Yeah.
What we're doing here in Sault Ste. Marie is really fulfilling a role for our citizens and for the farmers here.
Right.
So.
And now, were you surprised? You and I have chatted a little bit. You were surprised when you found out about what some of those vendors do when the market closes on a Saturday and they've got that produce there, right?
Yeah, it really impressed me that our vendors who have surplus produce often donate it to the local food banks, and I think that's just a wonderful thing. Again, it's helping the community. It
really is a community market.
Absolutely.
And then it's volunteers basically who come in and they work with the vendors and they distribute the leftover produce to food banks, to soup kitchens and stuff, right? Because as long as it's fresh, they can use it.
Yes.
And that's brilliant. I mean, it's helping to knock out poverty. You're probably working with the United Way and all those places as well, I'm sure. So, from a vendor vendor's perspective, what does this affect them in any way? The changeover now?
No, I think. Sorry, if you want to go.
Well, I think it's going to give them a really good opportunity to succeed. Our new hours on Wednesdays are from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m., and that's really going to give people the opportunity to stop off on their way home from work, pick something up fresh and local for supper.
Midweek is a perfect time.
Absolutely.
Because it used to be in the afternoons, right, Brent?
Yeah, we had it. Our schedule was 12 to 4. Now we're moving 4 to 8, and
not everybody can get down there in a lunch hour, and then you're in your car, and you want to leave your vegetables in your car, or your produce or meat or whatever you buy. So this is way better on the way home.
Exactly. And
so the hours again,
4 till 8 p.m.
Has that started already?
It just started last week. So anybody who wants to come shopping this week, come on down this Wednesday from 4 till 8, and we've got a number of food vendors and some different crafters that are there. It's a great experience.
Saturdays is year round now.
Yes.
Has it always been year round? I think people maybe gotten confused and think the market shuts right down in the fall winter, but it doesn't.
There used to be a bit of a break that was taken, so the momentum from the board, they thought that to keep consistency and keep the people aware that it's always open now. So that way that if you go there, it's going to be open on the.
So what are your hours on Saturday, Bob?
9 till 2, and that's the other key component that this board has done is we have established a baseline hours of 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Previously, the hours had fluctuated depending on the season, and for consistency for people shopping, the best thing to do is have hard, fast hours. So we're sticking with 9 to 2 throughout the year now.
Excellent. So you can get your shopping done Saturday morning 9 to 2, and then midweek you restock between 4 and 8 p.m.
Exactly.
Everything, and it's, I mean, really the produce, as you mentioned, there's the beauty products. I mean, handmade soaps and all those beautiful things, arts and crafts. Yeah. Is Croatian Corner still there?
They are.
They are.
Yes. We've had some good success stories with respect to having that as a business incubator almost with the Queen's Tart, Croatian Corner.
Queen's Tarts started off at Mill Market, and now they've got their own location on Queen Street. Do they still come down to the market?
They do.
Isn't that nice?
Every Saturday.
They haven't forgotten you.
Also have Thompson's Strawberry Farm that has made appearances. They've done quite well recently.
And you guys are expanding now because Atomica has a brand new home. They're going to be moving to, they're going to be sharing a space at the Bush Plain Heritage Center. So you're going to have some vacant spots there.
Correct.
So you're looking for more people or what?
We are always looking for new vendors.
Yeah.
They can contact me directly at the market, come down and see me there, or contact us through our Facebook page. We're certainly always looking for new vendors there.
And they get tables set up. Oh, you're also offering. You also offer tables for special events and certain groups too. Like for instance, we'll talk about Halloween in a bit. But on November is it the 9th?
Yes.
You're doing a really cool commemoration and a tribute.
Right.
Talk about that.
Well, it's Remembrance Day, and we don't ever want to forget the sacrifices that the men and women in uniform have made for this country, and ultimately benefiting us all. So, I wanted to arrange with our board and our marketing committee to try and do something on Remembrance Day. Now, we're not open, obviously, on the 11th, but Saturday the 9th, we've made arrangements, and we've got representation coming from the Field Artillery Regiment in town.
Yeah.
We've got the Legion coming to sell poppies and calendars. We've got the Sea Cadets. All are going to be there.
Wow.
Now, there's no cost for them to be there.
You're providing the tables and the space.
We provide the space to special interests. When we have table space available, we're happy to donate it to community-based organizations. So, and the idea is they're just to increase awareness and pay homage to these people who've given so much for us over the years.
That's fantastic. Now, and as a board, you obviously support this.
Yes, we're very happy to bring Bob on with his experience and with customer service and innovative ideas. He's really making use of the Facebook page that we have, so I've encouraged people to follow us on our Facebook page, which is Mill Market Sault Ste. Marie.
Right.
Bob's always posting little snippets of could be from a recipe to the vendor of the week, so I would follow that. Queenie's doing a good job, and we're happy to have him as part of the organization.
I've already told you now, you've got more events coming up later in November and December, so you're going to come back on the show. I'd like you to be wouldn't it be fun to a little semi-regular guest, bring some vendors on, we can do vendor highlights?
Absolutely, but I don't want to lose sight of the fact that this weekend we have our big trick-or-treat thing going on at the market. From 9 o'clock to 2 o'clock, bring the kids down in costume, and all of our vendors vendors are going to have candy, and the kids can walk up and down and visit the different vendors.
At the market.
Absolutely.
You know what's great too is that then the parents can actually get their shopping done, and the kids will be busy going around trick or treating.
I hadn't thought of that.
Yes,
What a coincidence!
That was your big idea, your bright idea, Bob. So that's 9 to 2 this Saturday.
That's correct. Yes.
So they should bring a little something to collect their treats in.
Exactly.
And are you gonna? I bet those vendors are gonna have some amazing baking and stuff. And
there'll be baking. There'll be fresh produce. There'll be meats. There's going to be a little bit of everything this weekend.
And every weekend. I mean, you're always planning new events all the time.
Absolutely.
And now it's a real community. I mean, it was always a community hub before, but now it's really, with this not-for-profit status, it really has become a go-to place for fundraising, right? Keep that in mind. People should remember that, right?
Absolutely.
Even rent a table, go down there, promote it. There's always some space available.
Yes.
And who had to make the bigger kitchen? Somebody had to expand their kitchen.
The Cultured Club. They've moved from doing things at home. They're just in the process of finishing their commercial kitchen, so they can continue to grow their business. It's a great story.
It's a win-win for everybody.
Absolutely.
Okay, I look forward to doing more highlights on the Mill Market. But for now, folks, you're going to get down there for this Saturday, 9 to 2. Bring the kiddies in costume for trick or treat.
Yep.
November the 9th. We're doing the Remembrance Day tribute celebration at the market as well. Brent, thanks for being here. Nice to see you, Mr. Lanning.
Nice to see you.
Mr. Pryor, we'll see you again.
Thank you very much,
and we'll
Mr.
see
Murphy.
you right after this on Mornings with Lou Ann and Tim.
Since 1899, the Machine Shop has been a unique space for innovation and creativity. Once a leading pulp and paper company, the Machine Shop was built by Francis H. Clerg, which later became part of St. Mary's Paper in 1984. After the closure of St. Mary's Paper in 2011, the Machine Shop spent 4 years vacant. In 2015, the Machine Shop reopened their doors to the community for the first time. From weddings to galas to concerts and festivals, the one-of-a-kind venue has something for everyone. We are proud to work with the community and local nonprofits to host major events such as Festival of Trees, Pearls and Plaid, an evening at Hogwarts, and more. While you're here, wind down at the Mill Steakhouse and Wine Bar for a quiet dining experience, or watch a game and try a wood fire oven pizza and local draft at the Boiler Room. Don't forget to save room for house-made gelato and baked goods at the Gelato Mill. For more information on the Machine Shop events, history, and restaurants, visit machineshopinc.ca. 3 great places, 1 historic venue.
Bob Hope.
Ah.
He was the guest most on The Tonight Show in Johnny Carson's 29 years. 131 times Bob Hope was a guest. Yep.
He was such a dry humor kind of guy.
Yes, he was. I wonder if we'll ever have anybody on 131 times.
Thank you to KC Security.
We've said that 131 times.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, they deserve it because they've sponsored us now for an entire 4 months, I think.
So, yeah, I think it's going on 4 months now. We certainly appreciate it, you guys. We really do. Awesome rest of your day, hopefully. And tomorrow is...
Bobslide Thursday! Are we there already?
We're there already.
It's almost the weekend. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.